Octane is the #1 elliptical in the world. Voted on by the people that sell them, as moi does, and also, hey, what's that magazine about? Consumer Reports ranked it #1 again. In particular, the Q37ci, which is what I am standing in front of. Octane sells several different models. One of the things about Octane Fitness is they sell nothing but ellipticals. They invented the recumbent elliptical. They held several patents that revolutionized ellipticals, periods. I'm getting hard to say that word for some reason, ellipticals. I'm going to show you a couple of things very quickly, but again, Consumer Reports ranked them #1. The Q37ci has some really cool features. It has a heart rate. They all have, you can grab the handles, right? Starting with the Q35 and get your heart rate. But the Q37ci actually comes with a chest strap, and it has programs that work with your heart rate. So it keeps you in your target heart rate and so forth. It also has the handles. The coolest part to me, going from a 35 to a 37ci, are the handles. You have all these different grips that you can use. See all those grips? And they also go to center line of body. Most ellipticals you get on have the handle straight up and down, and you go I have to get off to show you this. Octane did two things that were revolutionary when they invented their ellipticals. #1 was when we first had ellipticals, three things. You had this big butt looking thing that stuck out here and made the footprint another 2 or 3 feet, and you had to crawl over it. Well, they invented the front drive system, first one that I became aware of. They also realized that people didn't have impact. You go from a treadmill to elliptical, you do it because you don't want impact on your feet, your ankles, your hips, your lower back. Well, what they were finding is these things originally were so wide that people were wearing out their hips. Now, this comes from a person who just had both hips replaced, so I understand how that could be a bad thing. So what Octane did very simply is they moved the pedals closer, the closest distance in the industry, and therefore it doesn't cause wear and tear on the hips, so you get the lack of impact. It's more natural to running, which is what you're trying to do, is simulate what a natural human body does if they were out running. Now, the other thing was the handles. That's where I started this conversation. If I were to take off running, I'm not going to run like this, and also I'm not going to run like this. The natural movement is to throw your arms to the center of your body. Well, they've even mimicked that. So it's really packed with a lot of really cool features. And then this one is the one that I thought was silly. When they came out with this, I made jokes about it. First lady I helped do a delivery to, I showed her and I rolled my eyes and I did this whole thing, and she said, "That's really cool." And so I quit saying that I thought was dumb, because for ladies and guys that don't do a lot of weightlifting, this is cool. On the front end of the machine, high and low, we have these little resistant bands. And what you can do with these is you can actually do all kinds. See, I can do my shoulder rehab work, but you can do kickbacks. You can turn this way, work chest. Okay, there's also low ones, so you can take both handles and do a row. They went from that to, for about $150, we can do an add-on kit that gives you 4 or 5 different strength bands with the handles that you can be on the elliptical, step off, and grab the bands and do upper body work while you're breathing, that kind of thing. Like most of these things, you've got all these programs. You've got manual, which is, I'm boring, that's all I ever use. You've got random. You've got cardio, fat burn, you've got intervals, you've got goal movements. Like if you say, I want to burn 350 calories, you hit that program, it throws different things at you, you burn 350 calories. It has X mode, which is this really cool feature. So the best thing I can tell you is to come in and play on this thing and see why, once again, Consumer Reports ranked it #1 again.